I appreciate that people are having a hard time. Me too.
Yeah.
I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here.
Some oppression, but I'm sorry. Whoopi, your victim card is being declined.
Whoopi Goldberg is completely out of touch with reality. This is why nobody watches the ladies of The View. They really should change the show's name from The View to Their View.
I'm a working person, you know? And my kid has to feed her family, you know? And my great-granddaughter has to be fed by her family. I know it's hard out there, but I also know that there are a lot of things that we just said, no, I'm just gonna go this way.
Whoopi insults Americans when she, who is worth $60 million, compares herself to single moms who work 2 to 3 jobs and can barely afford the rent. But she understands their plight because she is a working woman. That is a slap on their face.
Greatest story. It's like The View. Every time you think The View can't get any lower, they just
Whoopi Goldberg is an overpaid TV host who should be taken off the airwaves. Why does anyone choose to pay her to rant? It's not even remotely entertaining. Does she really expect taxpayers to listen to her? Most people are living paycheck to paycheck and can barely afford to put food on their tables. She definitely has no idea how this feels.
I don't understand. Like, she never even suggested what her thought process was.
No, because there probably wasn't one except
clearly not.
me.
Yeah, but I think what I really want to know is, does she really believe that or not?
Well, I think
I
she
don't know
does.
which is that's concerning.
Of course she believes it.
That's so
She
good.
wants to believe this is the spin. It's been the left.
What a complete disaster of a human. The level of delusion and gross virtue signaling is staggering. It lost relevance years ago, and even then it was weak.
Her racist banter, her anti-white rhetoric that we've had to hear between her and Sonny have constantly said horrible things.
Just because you're loud doesn't mean you're smart. This is just another multi-millionaire who loves to dictate to the common man how we should live and where our tax dollars should be used.
This one goes out to the ladies at The View. You do not speak for the people. They are nuts. Y'all Lulu.
She would still be there mouthing off because she loves hearing her own voice and blasting out her opinions for all and sundry. Why is anyone surprised she lies? That is her native tongue as a Democrat.
This helped send the market into free fall yesterday, which some MAGA folks are blaming on the Biden economy.
Oh, boy.
So let me just remind you about the Biden economy, okay? The economy added 16.6 million jobs and gross domestic product grew 12.6.
Low intelligence by choice is the prerequisite to tolerate her nonsense and fake empathy. She literally lives in an alternate universe. Normally, it's not surprising when celebrities make shallow attempts to relate to people, but it takes a lot of audacity for someone with an 8 or 9-figure net worth and a 7-figure annual salary to say something like, "If I didn't have to work, I wouldn't be here."
Funny
make
way,
more money
and
that
part
way.
of the problem is that, you know, we always say that because we have those conversations. People assume that we believe whatever they believe that we believe.
Huh?
But do you know what I mean?
No.
Well, because
Help me out
people believe
Yeah.
that they know everything I think and believe.
Lady, you are 69 years old with generational levels of wealth. Good for you. But don't blow smoke up our asses. She makes more than most families' annual salary each week. Whoopi has an 8th grade education, but speaks on TV like she's an expert on everything. She's probably the most ignorant person on TV.
But one of the ways that you learn what people believe is to hear them talk. One of the things that people would love to see is people always say, you should take The View off television. You know why? Because we give you an opportunity. We don't tell you what to think. We say, this is what I think.
Right.
You know, Alyssa will say, this is what I think. Joy says, this is what I think.
The arrogance and lack of self-awareness is astounding. Whoopi Goldberg, who claims to be a member of the working class, hawks her personal wine brand. You know, like most working class people have.
You know, Alyssa will say, this is what I think. Joy says, this is what I think. We all, and when we do that, that is how you have the dialogue. It's not personal.
Whoopi Prosecco, as the wine is called, was first launched in November 2022. It comes with a bouquet of red apple, white flowers, lemon, and citrus. This is not the first time that the actress will be delving into the wine industry. Back in 1999, she released an artwork for a series of Corbel Brut rose bottles wine produced by the California-based Corbel Champagne Cellars. The bottles featured a violet foil capsule, and it carried Goldberg's signature in gold. Wouldn't it be great if for the last 5 minutes of each show, they had a producer fact-check the episode? Whoopi's net worth is $60 million. She makes $8 million per year from The View. Yet she claims to be among the working class.
Listen, you know, if he cared about the economy, he would be doing these Tesla commercials for the Social Security folks.
A group of hypocrites gathered in one place. The fact that Whoopi downplays the economy proves she doesn't understand what the people are going through. She could stop working and never have to worry about food, transportation, housing, and clothes ever again for many lifetimes.
Be doing it for the people who work for the government. He would be helping us build the economy. That's not what this is about. This is about something totally different.
When did it become a hardship to sit on TV whining and spewing her sick opinions? She doesn't work. If all her wealth is not enough for her, then she has a problem with money management and overspending. This is not the problem of families who are struggling to put food on the table.
Let's talk about the real stuff. Your pocketbook's bad, not because the Bidens did anything, not because the economy is bad.
It seems these women lie on purpose because it gets them more views. Without their outrageous lies, the show would be nothing to talk about or even look at. Their view is outdated and desperate.
Forgiveness has been important. The learning that has come out of the forgiveness and the learning moments has been valuable to the audience of The View. And Whoopi Goldberg, everyone knows Whoopi Goldberg. She's been on TV for decades. She's been putting herself out there for decades.
It is rich to express strong, divisive, and controversial opinions at your job, and then when you are held accountable to just shrug your incredibly wealthy shoulders and say, I just work here.
I watch the questions. I watch that stupid View where you have these really dumb people. You know, Whoopi Goldberg said, would you participate in a movie? She made some movie on basketball. This was before I ran for politics. She said, oh, you're so great. If you ever ran for president, you'd win. This is Whoopi Goldberg. You don't hear that?
Whoopi doesn't know or understand anyone's struggle. Her kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids would probably never have to worry about how the light bill is going to get paid. Has anyone asked what she's struggling to pay? Since when is earning a multi-million-dollar income regarded as working class?
She said, I'm making a movie. Would you be in it? I said, in what capacity? Just a walk-on. You're so great. Would you do it? I did a walk-on for Whoopi Goldberg. Now she says, I refuse to mention his name. You know what? Politics can do strange things to demented people.
So tired of entitled people claiming they are normal or just like everyone else, and their belief that their position on TV somehow qualifies them as more knowledgeable about life, politics, and what's important to the majority of Americans that they live so far removed from.
People, like sort of nice people. And we had to leave. She was so filthy dirty, disgusting, half the place left. I said I'd never hire her again, but she was so dirty. Every word was filthy dirty. And I left, and then I see her sitting about, oh, Whoopi, oh, what a loser she is.
This is the typical self-righteous attitude one can expect from this TV show that in no way reflects what the common working man or woman's life actually is.
Whoopi Goldberg gave you a bit of a whack on The View for all this. What was your response to that?
You know, listen, I've been on The View a few times over the years, and they've always been kind to me, and Whoopi's been kind to me. And I think that they obviously have their biases. And I think that when your biases are clouding your ability to see something in a more, I think, fair and logical way, that's unfortunate. For Whoopi to suggest that Hollywood is somehow a balanced conservative and liberal town is just not true. It's not. I mean, there are many people that are in Hollywood that are conservative, but you would never know that.
The only reason Whoopi has to work is to stay relevant today. It isn't the money she's needing, it's attention. That's the difference between them and the working class.
Because they're not talking about it. They're not openly discussing that. And yet, if you are liberal leaning, you can talk about anything you want in Hollywood. So I just merely, not with any hate or malice or anything, I just retorted to that. And I said, I think that's an unfair assessment. I think that if you really were fair, you would understand that this is not.
Whoopi Goldberg is the worst thing to ever happen to the TV show. All she does is say she's been racially attacked all the time. It is arrogant for her and for others to gaslight the masses to believe she has the same struggles as a common American to get praise. These women's political biases have them lashing out wildly at every shadow. This show is as toxic as it gets. These people know fully well how much money they have. The disconnect is thinking the public will believe them.
Something that's a very comfortable thing for someone like me to come out and do. But also, listen, I really firmly believe that AI is about to destroy the entertainment industry. I think in a few years, there will be far fewer jobs than anybody can even really wrap their head around. And so when I sat and thought about it, I was like, well, what am I really afraid of? I'm afraid I'm going to lose jobs.
She should humbly apologize for trying to pretend that she understands how difficult this economy is for most working Americans. That was insulting and shows how completely out of touch with reality she is. She definitely cannot afford to quit her lavish, luxurious lifestyle. The true working class doesn't make around $6 million in a lifetime, let alone a year. It is not possible to be a multi-millionaire and among the working class. Nobody needs more than $60 million to be able to retire. If that was the case, every working person would never be able to retire. And it gets even worse because Doge recently revealed that Whoopi and the ladies of The View were sponsored by the previous administration to push diversity. In other words, Whoopi was paid with taxpayers' money to be racist and work to divide American citizens while pushing Democrat agenda. But I am curious how you feel about this. Do you think Whoopi went too far with her statement? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below and make sure to hit that notification bell so you won't miss any new updates.